Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Manifusion here with a new Minecraft update. We are up to 1.5.0 something. I think 02 at this point is the actual update, but we're behind. Hold on. Oh, that's what it is. 1.5_02 is only a server side update. Anyways, with this new update, there is now achievements, statistics, and a whole bunch of other stuff I'm going to be walking you through. So, let's take a look, shall we? Let's see. Press I to open your inventory. Yay, achievement get. Taking inventory. So far, I used the inventory editor thing, in order to get stuff to show you the new, items. So, let's do that. First of all, achievements. Let's see. Getting wood. Attack a tree until a block of wood pops out. Also, when you go to the achievement screen, just to warn you, it has a tendency to not stop the rest of the game, so do be careful about that. Hey look! Getting wood! Achievement get! Yay! Okay, now that we have that, benchmarking. Craft a workbench with 4 blocks. Okay, planks. Let's make our planks, and let's make our workbench. Aha! Achievement get benchmarking! Isn't this fun? Alright, there's achievements for farming, achievements for, well, killing stuff and riding pigs off stuff. Let's see. Yep. Flying a pig off of a cliff. Sounds fun, right? And gathering stuff. Anyways, let's go straight to see the new items. They're fancy, aren't they? Let's see what there is. If I remember right, it is made something like this. Aha! This is a detector rail. It pretty much acts as a switch for, well, rails. Aha! Look at that. So when you have a cart on top of it, it will activate, think, every redstone item within, what, 5x5? Something like that? Alright, next item. But pretty much, you don't have to put switches and slow yourself down anymore. You can just have that. The next item will be a powered minecart track. Powered rail. Pretty much, this will replace the whole booster section of tracks whenever that glitch is actually fixed. Oh, and just to warn you all, there's been a lot of updates on this, but there's also been a lot of bugs created in updating all of this. So, just to warn you ahead of time, there's been a lot of issues. Like, for every one thing that's been added, there's been at least 2 things that has caused to go wrong. Alright, let's try this. No. There we go. Powered mine track. That was a little anticlimactic. Holy shit, there's a creeper. Oh yes! Another thing. Weather. You might not actually see it in this video, but they added precipitation. You can see rain, snow, and thunderstorms. Thunderstorms and rain actually make it darker. Thunderstorms actually make it so dark that stuff can spawn. You see that creeper? If it's struck by lightning, it will have an awesome glow effect and do twice as much damage. So it can kill you outright twice as badly. You know what, let's go screw with that creeper for a second, shall we? So yes, with the new precipitation, that means there's actually regenning snow, and you can actually get rain, and it no longer goes through blocks like it did 0.1 upgrade ago. Let's see. Oh, also, now when you make ladders, I fudged that up there, but you make 2 at once instead. This is because that for ladders now, it's actually been changed a little bit. Your bottom half always needs to be touching a ladder to go up it. See, normally you would be able to stack one and then just be able to go up. You would have an empty space between. That no longer works. You have to have it one every block because it goes by your half space, and your bottom half, instead of by either side. Good thing to know, right? Okay, next up we have, let's see, weather statistics. Oh yeah, statistics. This keeps track of pretty much miscellaneous crap that you do during your game. Huh. Including how far you travel by pig. I have to say, I like that. Okay. I'm not sure if this counts every game. Well, I mean, it obviously does, since worlds played and saves loaded and all that stuff. So it won't necessarily be a good way to track on a single world. But, hey look. Even shows how many blocks you've gotten and how many items you've made. Huh. Interesting. I did not know that. This is actually my first time trying it. Okay, what else is there? Let's see. Shift clicking on something in a chest will immediately move the selected items into your inventory. That's neat. Let's see. Oh yes, and if lightning strikes a pig, it will make a zombie pigman. Yay! We all love our zombie pigmen. Let's see. There's new... Hold on a second. There are new... ability to change the GUI. Let's try that out, shall we? Let's see. Options, video... Ah! Holy crap. Let's see. Okay. Graphical user interface. You're kind of small. Normal. Large looks the same at this setting. Let's just leave that at auto, shall we? Okay, Advanced OpenGL. I've seen a lot of bugs that involve this, but it looks a lot brighter. I'm not sure if I like that. Put it back. I'm sorry, it's just... no. Okay, now it looks the exact same. The hell? Ah yes, it has issues, like if you turn it on and off too fast, that all of a sudden a whole bunch of chunks will go invisible, or something like that. Oh yeah, and they increased unarmed damage. That's obviously a nice thing. Instead of doing half a heart, you do a full heart with your fist. Pretty nice, I must say. Wolves are a little more common. I'm not sure if they actually, yeah, they spawn in non-taiga forest biomes now. Taiga and forest biomes now. Also, no! Didn't summon a chicken now. Okay, let's see. You can now see names over the small spinning mobs inside of mob spawners by pressing F3. You have to be further than 5 blocks away from the spawner to see it. Yay! For if you can't tell what's in a spawner, I guess. It's something. Let's see. On fancy graphics, the sides of grass blocks are now biome specific. We must test this. Let's see. That's not what I wanted to do. Not what I wanted to do at all. Okay, fancy. Hopefully it won't crash. Hey, look at that! It matches! Oh, that's so awesome. Again, hopefully it doesn't cause me to crash anymore, like it used to. I'm not sure if that was fixed. Oh, yes! Another great upgrade. They made it so water no longer sucks. If you've seen my previous video, they changed it so that, well, water moves you at a very powerful rate, in which it was nearly impossible to get through moving water, aka, it was overdone a little bit. Anyways, they made it so it no longer does that. They fixed it, they put it back to normal, basically. See, you can now move through water. Isn't it nice? Also, items apparently move through water faster, which... oh, and minecarts are unaffected by water. I don't know. Let's say you have... okay, a bunch of crap. Here's a bunch of flowers. That will work for this test. Okay, say you have a bunch of flowers, or items in general. They now move through water a lot faster than before. Not quite sure if that's faster. Of course, it must be. But yes, this, well, basically makes it so those mob trap things are a lot better. well, auto farmer. Ooh, speaking of auto farmer, they made it so that when water goes on top of wheat and pretty much knocks it out, it now actually drops seeds instead of just wheat, which is a great thing. So all those people who wanted their auto wheat farmer, they now can do that very effectively without having to worry about getting seeds all over again. I'm sorry, but that's a great thing. Unfortunately, there are a few upgrades that make me sad. They might be bug fixes, but still. For example, my favorite bug in the game so far, well, one of them, transparent stairs. If you've seen any of my other things, I utilize those to the fullest, either making walls that light could penetrate through, or stairways that glue in the darkness. But alas, that's been changed. Fortunately, if you've already placed it in your world, it'll stay that way, but all new instances of block are doomed. Okay, I'm pretty sure at least that all of the previous instances will stay. Let's see, there are also webs that you cannot get in game so far besides using, well, an inventory editor of some sort. But what that will do is make it so that, well, stuff gets stuck in it, makes it so you reduce fall damage of some sort. I don't know why I just made a bucket there. But they're not actually in game yet, so we'll probably see that in a later update soon. But they will have other things that will be very, very nice, such as pistons, hopefully coming up in the next update. You'll hear more about it then. Oh yes, one last thing before I forget. They now made it so they have each different tree has its own saplings, so that if you, like, say, destroy a pine tree, you'll no longer get weird-ass, birch well, whatever the regular one was. And then birch and, birch and spruce. Yes, pine and spruce is the same thing, apparently. But those saplings will now make it so you can make your different kinds of trees. You're not just going to have that one type of tree and that's it. And then birch and pine are just, limited resources that you cannot repeatedly get in this game. No longer. Ooh, what's that? Also, again, there's a lot of glitches and bugs that have been added with this new update. I would suggest checking them out if you're worried about screwing over your game. Some of them seem more serious than others. Only time will tell. Ooh, lava. Surface lava. Yeah! Yeah! Well, that's it, folks. This has been Minecraft 1.5 and Manifusion, signing out.